facilitator's job? And why are you needed?
So as an equine assisted learning facilitator, we are really looking to help people to develop skills, proven techniques that they can later take into their lives, not only to gain the skills, but also to apply them and bring them into everything that they do from that point forward.
And I love that, because this is the beauty of working with horses, is the fact that when they learn these incredibly objectively driven programs in your arena, your outside arenas, we want that learning from those horses to be able to be parallel to their life, to take it to their own life. So it's not just a day of just being with the horse, it's actually learning and retaining those skills, because it's experiential learning.
Absolutely. And the biggest part about these programs is that they are all objectively driven. That's what allows us to be able to ensure they're actually getting a skill and taking it back with them, is because we've got a specific skill in mind for each program that people come and take with us. We are able to really customize this to who our clients are, because there's a rhythm and a rhyme to this course. There is a fundamental principles. Well, there is a
foundation.
Yeah.
Many.
Yes, many fundamental principles that are part of that, as well as a form of delivery that allows us to really ensure that we are at the appropriate application for each of our clients coming through.
And retaining what we already know through research and how human beings learn. So this is why that form of delivery is so powerful. You just don't keep it going and going and going. It's got to be a specific way to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. Boom, paralleling it to their lives and then taking it with them. And that's why they need you and us so bad, because this is how humans
learn.
I like that. So the learn piece, yes, that is so important, because that is our appropriate application that comes with the certification. And what is appropriate application? It's actually understanding the human beings that you're going to be helping, whether they be one-on-one, whether they be in a group setting. You need to understand who they are in a specific format so that you're able to adjust the programs, the lesson plans, all the great stuff that come with the course that's appropriate for them.
It's so essential that we have this piece as well, and so important that we always remember it's not up to us to solve their problems. It's not up to us to give them the answers. It's up to us to help facilitate their way through, while working with the horses, of course, to be able to find the answers that they have within themselves. They just maybe haven't been able to dig them up quite yet.
So I got to tell you a story, because this is a perfect way, again, why it is that we're needed, and making sure that your certification follows everything that you as a human being want it to do for your business and for helping others. So we have many people who have taken other certifications, and then they come to us because sometimes they're just not sure what to do with the other stuff, right? So this is why they come into ours, because we supply all those pieces. But one time, this one lady who came in, she said, you know, I did this certification and I loved it. Like, I was doing my last program and I was doing a one-on-one, me and a horse. It was wonderful, because inside my brain, I was thinking, yeah, this feels good. I closed the chapter on what it was that I had kind of been working through. So as soon as she said that I closed the chapter in my mind, the horse walked away. Now, this is where it's important understanding what it is our job is. This facilitator stepped into this lady and said, would you like to know what the horse is saying? Well, of course we're going to say yes if someone's going to give us something. So of course she said, sure. She said, well, just so you know, the horse is trying to let you know you have too much baggage in your life, and that is why he left. See, this is the danger zone. We have no rights on this earth, I don't care who you are, to put words into the mouth of a horse. That is not true. We do not know that that is what that horse just said. Now, we understand, this is where we, as the facilitator, has to understand what that horse is saying, so we have a step-in ability. So we can help that human being to understand, what could this mean through how a horse communicates. Knowing a horse can only think, act, and respond like a horse. A horse is not like a human. There is no way, and sometimes we put our humanness onto horses, but it's not right and it's not fair, because we are actually partnering with our horse so that when the horse says it is time we know to step in to help that horse with what it is he's teaching, because the number one thing in this on this earth that a horse needs is to feel safe. So this is why we're always looking for what's the horse telling us, so we can step in, not to give a human an answer, but to ask them, so now that we know our horse is a teacher, can you tell me through what he's saying? And then we take them through the language of the horse.
Actual language.
Yes. So the head, the ears, maybe the tail, any of those pieces. So what do you think for yourself that this horse might be trying to tell you? Now, here's the best part of all. We don't have to have them give us what they think or feel. We just have to stir the emotion and the thought inside of them, because they know what the horse is teaching, to allow them to get to the answer. And I always say this, in equine assisted learning, where a horse is assisting the learning process,
something big happens.
Was there enough leg that I can just go on for that?
I think so, yeah.
Is understanding that if we teach in equine assisted learning, we actually enable humans. That's a no-go.
No.
When you facilitate in equine assisted learning, you actually empower humans. That's your job. That's our job. It is to empower that individual, that human, to be able to understand how beautiful and gifted and unique they are, finding answers to some of the problems in their lives, but they're doing it. You're not putting words into anybody else's mouth
or thoughts into anybody's head.
Danger.
Yeah, because think of this woman. She's going through there. She thought to herself, I've closed this book. The horse has confirmed it for me by walking away. And then someone walks in to tell them that that's not the case. And in actual fact, you still got too much crap to deal with. Think of how much that has wrecked a moment simply because they haven't gone in and actually responded to what the horse was saying in response to the stimulus they were responding to. Instead, just putting words in their mouth, which, like you say, puts thoughts in our brains, and that's not the kind of stuff we need to be moving forward with.
That's why this certification is so brilliant, and your gift and your uniqueness, because we don't try to change who it is that you are. We just give you the, oh my gosh, awareness of this is how horses speak. This is how the horse is going to partner with you in you helping other people to be able to help themselves to move forward.
So as an equine assisted learning facilitator, we have quite a few roles. Our first and numero uno role is always to ensure the safety of our participants and our horses. People cannot learn in an unsafe environment, and horses cannot survive. For mere survival, they have to know that they are safe. So we always want to provide that safe environment for learning for people and for horses. Another thing that we can do as facilitators is we can help to mediate and resolve conflict. Now, this does not mean we're hopping in there and taking sides or anything else. We're still working with our horses to allow people to moderate that and to go through it themselves to get out to the other side, but in a productive and healthy boundary kind of way of doing it as well.
And a huge part with your role as being a facilitator as well is understanding each person's communication style. And we put a lot of effort into those pieces because we as the facilitator, we state who we are, our beautiful gifted selves. However, when we understand how humans actually have their own ways that they learn and absorb through that communication, we actually put training into that. So you are able to actually make a change for what that client needs you to communicate in. Because sometimes it is very different. We can't just always communicate from our style, the one that we mainly are in. We do have the ability, all humans do, to step into different pieces to help that other human.
And it's really, really essential. We are looking for the positive pieces. We are looking for the small tries. We are looking to empower and support our participants as they are coming through. And oddly enough, that's what our horses are looking for as well, to have us in a balanced state where we feel safe too. But as facilitators, we can always bring it back to the horse as to how they've done something positive, to just see what happened when. Because it's those positive reinforcement pieces that allow people to leave feeling like they have gathered success. Like they are on top of the world. They feel empowered through those successes rather than us being humans. And well, you need to change this and you need to talk more like that. That does not work for people. They hear that stuff all the time. But rather they would work with the horse and we help to facilitate those positive reinforcements and interactions.
And you know, for all of the humans that we have worked with, like, and it's been numerous, like thousands of people, the most exciting thing is mainly you'll be working with non-horse people. Those will be your clients. When they can move 1,200 pounds, 500 pounds, 800 pounds, 2,000 pounds, when a human being and you give them those skills that they need, because why? They got to keep the horse safe. So the skill that you help them with is how is their body, how's their intention, how's their breathing. When you can allow them to make the change that they do, and then they move this amazing creature, they are alive with
Top of the world.
I just did that. I did it because I just did the change. Like, it is so stunning to see human change before your very eyes. It's actually very humbling, and it's a privilege to be a part of a process that works, a process that's already been researched, and a process that's going to allow your clients, they want to pay you money to come and get these skills from you because you are certified in that credential field, wonderful certification that allows you to be just that.